everybody, it's Tmika. I am here to do a come and chat with me video with you guys. I hear so much feedback that you guys like to see the process, so I am doing this for I have to do this craft anyway, so I figured I'd do a process video with it. So I am hosting the Monotone set swap, so which includes a tag, a card, and a paper tassel. So the groups filled up, obviously, but there was this one lady who had been asking questions before the video was uploaded, as to, you know, how did she participate in the swap, and we chatted. So she had missed it by a hair, like literally she was the first person to be an angel, and she was like, no, come on, let me play, I'm ready. So I thought it would be kind of cool, because she hadn't played and she didn't swap. I thought it'd be kind of cool that she'd be an honorary swapper, I guess. So she and I are swapping the sets instead of her being in a group. It'll give her practice, blah blah blah. But I thought that that was kind of cool to do, you know, since she had wanted to be in the swap. So, and then another lady who does not do YouTube videos really wanted to participate, so she and I are swapping as well. So I have to make 2 monotone gift set swaps, which is cool for me, because I usually save myself to be like, if a flaker flakes, I'm the first person. I won't have to bug anybody, but everybody's swap is on their way or here, so I get to play, which is super cool. So anyway, the swap that I'm making today is very similar to the one that I made as a sample when I introduced it, so I'm gonna make it here again today, or something similar to it, and do it with you guys. So come and craft and chat with me. So I'm using a lot of dyes because the paper is all white. So the best way to dress up or jazz up something like that is to add texture, is to add different elements, is to shimmer, you know, sparkle it, just kind of do that. And you can mix texture, so you can use lace and you can use paper and things like that. It just has to be in the same family. So that's what I'm going to do today. Plus I have my new Gemini Senior. I posted that on Instagram when Hobby Lobby was clearancing them out for $45. Honey, I went to the furthest Hobby Lobby to go find that one, and I picked it up. So I love it so much because it, cuts it's electronic, number 1. Number 2, cuts everything in one pass. But number 3, it's large, so I cut out a lot of dies in one whoop. So that gets me motivated to use my dies when I don't have to keep winding it up with my arm, since the vagabond tripped out on me and Sizzix is not coming through. So I started using dies a lot less. I don't want to keep rolling that dang thing. So anyway, back to the subject at hand. These are the dies that I'm using. This is a Magnolia doohickey die. It's the bow die, really pretty. So this is going to be on my tags, on my cards, on my packaging, you know, stuff like that. So I'm just showing you all the dies that I'll be using. A lot of these dies came from Auntie Allie, so I don't have a link for you to be able to find them. So anyway, just sharing with you what I used. I'm trying to clean this die out. I'm using this bicycle die, which is super fun. So hopefully you guys will play along, grab your dies and work with me. I'm using these 2 tag dies, which kind of reminds me of a Magnolia tag die with the shape. I love it because I love the shape, and I've used them several times. I also like it because it's stitched, and I love stitched dies. I'm using this doily, this stitched banner. This really pretty frame. It does have some stitching on the inside. Also using this stitched oval. This one I haven't used before, super cute. And then I'm using this tiny word sweet. And then finally I'm using 2 of the Prima dies from the Emmanuel flowers. I'm using these 2. So yeah, grab your stuff, grab your paper, let's get to crafting. A couple other things that I'm going to use are some embossing folders. Again, another one of those hidden treasures that I don't pull out often. But I'm using this rose or this flower embossing folder, and I think I'm going to go with this heart one. Doesn't matter, they don't have to match, they're just adding texture to the tag. So get your embossing folders out and let's add them to the tags. So I've already done some of the work to make the video not so long, and I've cut out the tags in 110-pound weight cardstock that I got from Michael's. I also cut out the picture frame, and then the flowers, and also this the doily. And then I'm using this tiny little pearl center. This came in the embellishment box from Sophia, who was Paper Sweets. So I'm going to use that, and I am going to grab the embossing folders, and I'm going to, you know what, I did cut this out twice. Yeah, I'm gonna do this twice. I just want it to be sturdy. I'm just gonna put it back to back like this, just to make it a little more sturdier when I'm adding on these embellishments. You just want to have a sturdy tag, because once you start embossing, they kind of get, you know, a little less 110 pounds. So I'm going to emboss these tags with the flower one, and then I'll emboss this one with the heart. I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, this is what they look like. Aren't they adorable? I love it. And then here is the heart one. So this is going to layer on top of there. Look how cute that texture is. And I love this side. I may use this side. Only thing about that is I like the stitch to show. But the negative is super cute as well. So what I'm going to do is adhere these two together, back to back. And I'm going to use this new glue. Well, it's not new. It's new to me. It's this silicone liquid glue. I got this from Martha's Creations on Instagram. So I am, you guys know, I am a hot glue fanatic. Like, I loves my hot glue. I don't think anything can compare to one, because I am an impatient crafter. Seriously, like, I'm so impatient. And two, it's just instantly. Well, I guess that's the same thing. And it works so well for me. I don't have any problems with it. But when you're doing some projects, you can't use hot glue. Like for this, I can't use hot glue for this because it'll look nasty. It'll be all lumpy, because it'll need to go fast, and hot glue dries faster than, you know, the time that it takes for you to get this all lined up and put together. So I was mentioning on the Instagram video that I love my other glue that I always talk about, this white glue. That's when I first started using wet glue. I was like, oh my gosh. But this here is really thick. It's great with fabrics and lace and stuff that you attach. It really has a strong bond. So that's this all put together, and I'm going to add this one on top. Look how cute that is. Boy, I'm so tempted to do that, but I'm not. So I'm just going to add some foam adhesive to the back of this. So I actually literally have some foam, and I'm just going to, instead of putting a whole bunch of little foam dots on here, I want one nice piece. I'm just going to cut it. Let's cut it this way first. And then add it to the back right about there. Just like so. I like buying just regular foam and then just adding glue to the back. I mean, it's cheaper than buying a bunch of pop dots. I mean, yeah, pop dots and stuff. Sometimes you can catch them like on sale for 19 cents a sheet, and it works good. Okay, I'll put that on the back, let that adhere, and then on the back side of this I can add hot glue, because nobody's going to see that. Oh, can't add hot glue because I didn't plug up the hot glue gun. Oh my baby, hold on. All right, let her sit and think. Let her sit and think. So that's on there. Then I might as well use this because that's going to take a little bit to do. I'm just going to add this glue. This doesn't take a very long time to dry. Honestly, it doesn't. So put that on there. Layer it right on top. See how that adds just a touch of dimension in one swoop? See? Not too much, just enough. All right, that can stay like that. Next thing I'm going to add is, see how that looks on there? Texture. Just something simple, really cute. I love this die. I'm going to add it right to the middle, or add some glue right to the middle. Not too wide because I need it to not show, even though this dries clear. Put this there. Put that right on top of there. And I'm just poking it down a little bit so we can make contact with the paper underneath. So that's that. Next thing I'm going to add is layer this right on top of here. Isn't that cute? I love it. It's so pretty. So super cute. I wonder if I should add, I'm going to add a little bit of foam to this too. Just a little bit. Right down the center. And this almost works perfectly. Cut it down a little bit. Round it off. Yeah, I'll link the Instagram to where I got this glue, and you can DM her and get this. But yeah, it works. As you can see, it works great. And a little tip too, when you're cutting the nozzle, cut it small. I mean, it's a thick glue, so it's thick anyway, but so you're gonna have to use some pressure to push it out, but at least it won't come out in a glob, which is what you want to try to avoid. And I'm just lining that up with the dots. Kind of want to hide the second dot, the second hole for the second tag, a little bit. Super cute. So the last things we have are these two, which I am literally just going to, I'm going to put them in the palm of my hand like this, and then just kind of, oh, we missed a little dot there. There we go. Just going to kind of give it some texture just with the bottom of this paint stick, or whatever, this brush. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to add hot glue is ready. I'm going to add hot glue to the middle. Bing. And then this one I'm going to do the same thing. Just enough so it doesn't look like stiff and paper. And these dies are so pretty. I'm going to offset this a little. Yeah. Alright. Put that right in the middle. Turn it around this way. So another plus about using this glue is you have a little bit more time to change your mind. Okay, and then I'm going to add this tiny little pearl that, again, I got from the embellishment box from Sophia. Put that right in the center. Look how cute that is. Absolutely adorable. Alright, super cute. So now we can just add some ribbon, and since I don't have any white, I don't have any more white seam binding, I looked and looked and looked and looked. I'm going to use a little bit of this, has a tiny bit of silver in it, and then I'm going to grab some ribbon. This Christmas ribbon I got from the Dollar Tree during Christmas time, and it'll work perfectly for this, and it'll add that little pop of something. I'm not doing a sentiment on this, so I kind of want to put a staple right there instead, but I know that I can't because that wouldn't be right. But I really like how it looks like this. Maybe, let's see, maybe if I add some hot glue around the top like that, and then add another piece, a little piece right there. So I really like that look instead of pulling it through, which I don't like that much. There we go. And then I could cut off the extra. Okay. And then I can add some of this little twine underneath here. I'll bring it all together. Not too much though. Tie this in a knot. Alright. And then, you know, gosh, here we go with this bow situation. I need to find me a bow flex. I mean, a bow flex. I need that too, but a bow cut. What is that called? A bow thing that you make bows. Bow maker. And do it that way. But me and these bows have a fit. We don't play nice together. Seriously, we don't. So I'm not finna fool with this all day now. Y'all already know. This bow will be as, look. This bow will need a V8 when I get done. Alright. Let's even it out. That's as bad as it's gonna get. I'll cut off the extra. Not fooling with it. There we go. Is that not the super cutest? Super cutest. I think that's the word. Okay, let's wrap this up by packaging this up in a little bag. I got a clear bag here. I'm just gonna put it here on the inside, like so. If you're interested in where I get my bags, there will be some links down below, as always. And I like to get my air out, because that's annoying. Tag 1 done. I could add some shimmer, but that just might be overkill. But you know what, maybe should I? I'm gonna add a little shimmer. Gosh darn it, Tmika and her second last minute decisions. All right, I'm gonna add some shimmer. I'll be right back. Okay, I've added shimmer. You won't even be able to tell, but I also found some Stardust stickles that I'm just gonna pop, you know, around some of these edges to give it a little bit of oomph. It's super cute. I got these stickles when I was in haha, I know you guys thought I was gonna say LA, haha, but I'm not. When I went to the expo in Chicago, the scrapbook expo. Just popping them up here or there. That's super pretty. You guys can't even see. You can't see. But they're cute. Trust me on that. Alright, so now that has to sit for a little bit because it's wet from the stickles. Although I dried the shimmer, that has to stick a little bit. So I'm just going to put this off to the side. That's going to be the plastic bag that it's going to sit in. But look how cute it is. Super cute tag. All right, now let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna make is a shaker card. That's what we're gonna do. So I made a template on my using my Silhouette Cameo of a card with rounded edges, basically. And this is what that looks like. Hold on, I'm trying to gather all my little things here. So this is the card. Well, this is the card. I made a rectangle, 3x4, rounded the corners. So then I cut out 2 of those, and then I welded the 2 together so they can fold over and I can make a card. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I took this same piece, did an internal offset so that it'll create these shapes. And I cut out a lot. I think I cut out 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I cut out 8 because I want to have a shaker. I want to build a wall. And then I'm using these self-laminating sheets from the Dollar Tree, Jot, and they're going to be my they're going to hold in my shaker bits. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is get my wall together, and I got this little plastic sheet down so that I don't mess up my surface. And then I'm going to use this wet glue. So you could use, let me give you the options here. You could use hot glue for this, although I wouldn't suggest it because, again, hot glue takes a while. I mean, doesn't take it's quick, and then your thing has the option or the opportunity to rumple and bump before you get a chance to adjust where you need it to be. So then you have those nasty little bumps in your shaker, which are not cute. They're not cute. So wet glue is the best option. So what I did was just add the glue on there, and then it's hard to do this on camera because I'm so far away. And then you add the glue, and I'm lightly, like I'm literally just having a light hand. And don't do too much because it'll ooze out. And don't squeeze too hard because it'll ooze out. So just let it be. I'm literally like whispering across the paper, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to get my self-laminating card. There's two sizes. You can use your own acrylic. These are just at the Dollar Tree. When I was doing craft fairs, I had another idea, but I didn't get to it, so I have them here. So use regular little, you know, clear sheets, acrylic sheets. But anyway, one side is sticky. You can use that for something else, and one side is very firm. So I'm going to use the firm side. Okay, I'm going to take that. I just put those two together. I'm going to take on the back side. You know, you have a front and back side of your die cut. I guess it doesn't matter because one side will be covered with the other die cuts, and the other side will be on the bottom of whatever you're attaching it to. So I'm not adding more glue. I'm just spreading the glue, basically. So with this, you just want to set it down. Don't squeeze. You're just going to lightly tap. Because if you start squeezing and rubbing on it, then you're going to get that nasty ooze that we all hate. So I am literally just tapping the top. Make sure it comes in contact with that acetate sheet, and moving around. If you do happen to get some ooze, grab a Q-tip and then just clean it off. But you see, no ooze. That's just gonna sit right there. In the meantime, I'm gonna continue to keep putting these together. I never know how many layers I'm going to do. One, it depends on the paper that you have, how thin it is, how thick it is, of how many times you die cut this. I usually try to do 5, the minimum, but since I was already cutting that paper up, I just did 8, you know, because 4 could fit on the sheet. So there we go. And I used to cut this out like everybody else did. Cut this out in foam and then hot glue it and do all that. And I did find that it does warp. I mean, it just doesn't look good. And then I watched Ericka video from a while ago, maybe. I know it was last year, but not how long ago. But Ericka Scrap Diva 29. And then she just said, you know, it's going to take some time, but just cut out the die cuts a bunch of times and leave it there like that. So ever since then, I've been doing it this way. So I will link her video down below in the description box because you got to check it out. And I've linked it before in other videos, but because I'm nice like that. Oh, that was shade. Oh, that was shade. That was some shade thrown. Because I have seen many of my videos that I've done that some people will redo a tutorial and I don't hear a scrap the world in it at all. But that's okay. I politely leave a comment and say great idea and keep it moving. But yeah, as a crafter, you should, if you find something out, you should, from somebody else, you should shout it out. I mean, it's just rude otherwise. It's just really rude. Especially when people send you the link of somebody else. That means I'm not the only one watching. It means somebody else is watching. I've even seen it where people, well, I know you guys want to know what I'm saying actually in this video, but that's some tea that I don't want to spill because I'm trying to avoid drama. I shouldn't even have said it, but that'll be for another day. So sorry to my tea sippers. I'm gonna let that be. But yeah, I'm gonna link Scrap Diva 29's video down below, so you guys can check her out. Awesome, talented, sweet lady. All right, we're almost done here. Still lightly, it looks like I'm not, but I'm lightly pressing it. See how thick that is? Something just fell. Oh, my bow. Okay. Let's see. Right here. Okay. And then I just kind of lay it on top to see how deep it is. It's one. Then I'm going to take another one of my laminating sheets here. And if you don't have a Dollar Tree by you, or your Dollar Tree does not have these, I will add Regina, who's the owner of the Cutting Cafe. She sells these sheets in 8.5 by 11 and I think 12 by 12 as well. Alright, so you can opt just to put this on one side. You don't have to do 2 acrylic sides. Wait a minute, let me just spread this a little bit out because I just squeezed it a little too hard this time. But you can opt just to put this on one side, because unless your shaker won't have a back, like if you're giving this alone by itself, then of course you would want to do 2 just to make it more effective and be super cute. So I'm going to take this one here since it's dry, and I'm going to cut it out. I'm still being careful. I just want to make sure that you know, don't take it for granted. Still be careful. And these rounded edges aren't fun, but they're cute. And I want to make sure I get all of it. And a little bit more. Oh, and then this corner. There we go. There's our window. Isn't it cute? I love it. So, okay. So now we have our card base here. I'm going to fold this over to meet these ends. Grab my bone folder. Okay. So these 2 are here because I'm going to emboss them and put them on the top, on the front and on the back. So it can have 1, more sturdiness to be able to hold the shaker, and 2, more texture. So I'm going to use, I'll use the heart embossing folder for both of these. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm going to do that and then I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the tops. And then that's going to go right on top of here. How cute is that? Just want to make sure they line up. I may have to do a little bit of trimming because when you weld 2 pieces of paper together, you have to overlap just a smidge. So I might have to trim like the edges. Oops, whoops, whoops. Open that up. Whoa, upside down, upside down. All right, I start at the bottom. It's the best for me. Get it all squared away. Okay, and then I'm going to close it and then see if there's any overlap, and there is none. So usually it would be like a little piece, but your girl did a good job welding where it wasn't too much overlap. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Add in my wet glue. And I'm just squeezing a little bit. It looks like a lot, but I'm really squeezing a little bit, but I'm using the nozzle more so to spread the glue out than anything else. Okay. I'm just applying some pressure to get a even coverage. That's how that looks. No overlap. And it's adding extra sturdiness to this card. Okay. So we can bring this back. So this is how this will sit on. Like this. Super cute. Shows that really cute heart in the back. And then, oh my gosh, I can't pick this up. So, and then that'll go on the bottom like that. So I'm going to cut this out. Doesn't matter, but I'm going to clean up this little edge right here. Okay. Being careful to stay on just on the white, on your cardstock, dark on it, and I just tap the edge of my acrylic. I'm going to clean that off real quick. And I just said being careful to stay on your jinx myself. Alright. Good thing about this is it's wet. So I'm just going to grab my little cloth here. Alright. Okay. And then I'm going to put this on top, starting at the bottom, making sure I don't want to touch the glue. That's going to hold our stuff. And I did this backwards. Don't do this way. Put this down first, face up. That's what I should have done. Oops, I'm off camera. You should have put this down face up and then put the top on top, but that's okay. We can work it. So, backtracking, put the thick one down first. Alright. Because then now I have to finagle putting this like this to make sure that it stays. But that's okay. I mess up all the time, and I figured out that I can finagle it. So what I'm going to do now is to add my seed beads. And I got these from Cartwright. And then I'm going to add some sequins. Staying true to color here. If you don't have beads and sequins and all that kind of stuff, you can use, also you can paper, like paper confetti. You can punch out like little butterflies and put it in there. I'm just going to add a little bit more. I have this Martha Stewart heart punch. I think it's pretty cool. Be great for your paper confetti. And let's see, one more. Since we have the heart embossing folder, I think it's fitting. That's going to fit right on top of that. I'm going to flip it. Pray for me. Oh yeah, that looks cute. Just want to make sure it was full enough and that it looked right. That's all. So, again, do as I say, not as I do. at the bottom to the back. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to add my wet glue. This is more stable. I'm going to add it to this. I should have like suspense music right here. Scrap the world, screwed up. It's going to be in the next. You know how they used to have those papers where they the newspapers where they had the paper winding around like some current news, and it'll be twisting in a circle like news flash, so and so, you know, like that. So that's the kind of music I should have right now when I get ready to flip this darn thing that I screwed up on. Scrap the world screws up the shaker pocket. What will happen? Wait, that was Superman music. Whatever, y'all get it. So, alright, I am just going to put this right on top. I'm looking at it from the sides here, making sure it's even. And then I'm going to flip it over. She did it. She did it. She did it. She did it. In my Dora voice. Okay, that's that. Look how cute that is. That is so cute. And it's super thick. I don't want to shake it yet because it is wet. Okay, I have my last one, and this is just to cover up the edges of everything so you don't have just the acrylic piece showing at the top. So again, you can cut as many pieces as you want depending on how thick you like it. Alright, so I'm just going to add this to the top. I'm starting at the bottom here. Being very careful just to lay it like we did at the beginning so that it doesn't ooze out. There we go. I'm just gonna line that up. Okay, I'm gonna sit that face down, put something on top of it, and let that just sit and think while we work on some other stuff for this. So we need to get this bike situation together because I cut out some bikes. Well, I need to find the bikes first. Where are the bikes? So I am going to actually spray the bikes instead of adding glue because that's just going to be a messy situation for me. So I'm going to spray with some adhesive glue. And I'm only doing 2. I just want them to be firm. You could just do 1 and layer on there, but I just think if you add 2 die cuts, it's just a little better. So I'm going to spray this real quick in my little trash can over here. And then let it air just a second. And then I'll try to find a large space to connect these two. So I'm going to start at the balloons. And then kind of let it take a shape here. Piece of paper. I don't want to get sticky on my hand and then it gets sticky on the die cut. So I should put a piece of paper on top. So there we go. It's a lot firmer. Really cute. And then we'll make our envelope while that's drying. I don't want to touch that die cut until that dries really well. So I'm going to make a little bit of a thicker envelope. The paper is for 3x4. So I'm going to use my envelope punch board, and I'm going to use the 3.5 by 3.5 card size, so I can give a little room for the shaker. So I cut some white cardstock at 6 3/4 by 6 3/4, and it tells me that I need to cut and score at 3. So you punch it at 3, you line it up with the previous line, and then you score it, and then you start it all over again. Punch it at 3, and then line it up with the previous line. Again, one of the best purchases that I've ever made. So I'm going to fold these in. And I hope that this fits the dimensions. Alright, grab my ATG gun. And then I'm just going to add tape on the sides. Like that. Okay. Before I decorate it, I'm going to just test this out. Look how cute that is. Hold on. I got a string there. Look how cute that shaker is. With little hearts in there. Really fun. Alright. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was testing it to see if it'll fit. Yeah, fit, and it has extra room. So, put that back down. And then I'm going to decorate the front of this envelope with this die cut. I guess I can move this now. Decorate the front of this envelope with the die cut and a little bit of washi. Okay, and then this, like I said, this is just for decoration, just to add some texture to it. So I'm going to spray that on the back. Doesn't matter, I guess. So make sure that gets on there. Cut off this tiny little overage. Super cute. It's a cute way to add a little bit of texture. Alright, now we're back at this cube shaker. So with this, we're going to add, I cut out 2 sweet. Again, I'm not going to glue this. I'm going to add my wet glue. I mean, not wet glue, spray glue. Right there. Attach it just to add some sturdiness. How cute that is. Sweet, sweet. All right. Okay, now this bike is going to go just like that. How cute. Can you see? And I'm going to put the sweet right there. So I'm going to use this wet glue. Whoa. And I'm just going to rub it on this die cut, and I'm gonna make sure that it's clean everywhere before I put it on there. And it is, oh wait, oh, before I do that, I got like 5 seconds, hold on, before this like adheres, but I guess I can do it over. I wanted to add some glitter to this. Right there, I'm gonna use this Recollections glitter. I'll show you in a second. Hold on, let me spray this. And then add that to the glitter. Now, let's add this. Alright. Woo! It's almost a disaster. Meanwhile, I have a super cool thumb. Hey! Alright, so this is the Recollections glitter that I'm using. It has a lot of different colors. Alright, now, I mean, that just added. That's on there, yes. Look how cute that is. Now we can do the bike. Okay, I'm going to use my glue again here. I'm doing some of the big parts. Like I said, I'm mostly raking it. I initially started out with the pour, you know, squeeze, and then now I'm just raking it because it can catch. How cute is that? Got a little bit of an overhang here, which is fine. Well, I'll just squeeze it in. Make sure. Yeah. Don't squeeze it in too much, then you smear your glue. Alright, there we go. If this doesn't fit, I can always cut off that little piece of balloon. Like, nobody's checking for that. Actually, I'm just going to do it. I love this. This is so cute. This is the profile. And then on the inside, you have your card. And then on the back, you have your texture. Really fun. Alright, so that's all done. Doesn't need any more glitter because the sweets up there are shimmery shining. And put this in here like so. Close it up. I'm going to add a little washi to the back. And that doesn't need a bag. So this time, this tag is, yep, tag is dry. Look how cute that is. So now we can put this back in there. Almost done. Now we just have to work on the paper tassel. Okay, I have a piece of paper and just cut it down to like 3. And I have a little fringe die, but it doesn't go like right here. I have to take it out, redo it. It's just easier for me to go through and do it like this. I know it takes a while, but it's quite calming. If you set on like how long you want it to go, not how long, how high you want it to go up. Like I open my scissors just a little bit and I just try to keep that same size throughout. I know that there's some fringe scissors that's available too. I don't know if those are like a thing of the past or not, but this doesn't take long. The sheet of paper that I have is started out at 8.5 by 11. So I cut it down to 3 by 11 because I didn't know, you know, how long I wanted my tassel. But yeah, this is pretty calming if you just kind of get your rhythm going. But even if you don't have them all even, that's fine. It makes for a cool tassel. You don't have to use this whole 11 inches. It just depends on how thick you want yours to be. Almost done. And you can see mine is not perfect, but it will do, honey. See? There's the fringe. So take my little bone folder, curl them out, just to kind of give them a little curl, and I just kind of do that. All right, so now I'm going to take my scissors, or you can take your trimmer and cut it down to how, you know, your liking. I think that's cool. I don't want a super long tassel. Oh my gosh, me and this freaking trimmer. It's a bane of my existence. Alright, so what I did, I'm going to just give it a roll. Just find something circle, round, whatever. Kind of give it a little bit of an impression that it's gonna roll this way. So I'm taking a little paintbrush here, wrapping it around, just like so. Got a little roll. You'll need something for it to hang, so I'm going to use some twine. And then you'll need some hot glue. You could use wet glue for that, but I mean, I would guess you want to use something a little bit faster. So you want to take your string, fold it in half like so, put it on the edge like this, make a loop however long you want it to be. So I'm going to take my hot glue. I'll be back, hold on. Hot glue is right on the edge right there, and then I put it right there, both of my pieces. Now if you're not if you're not adding anything down here like charms, you can go ahead and cut this off, the extra. And next thing you want to do is add some hot glue right next to it, and then roll it on over itself, and then let it sit. And then you just want to add just a little bit of hot glue every so often. You don't want to make too much hot glue or add too much hot glue because it'll be all lumpy. And you can add it to the rim or you can add it to the edge, but you just want to continue to keep rolling, making sure that it's as straight and as tight as possible. Also keep in mind of how wide you want this, how fat you want this paper thing to be, paper tassel. So that's my tassel, really cute. So now I'm going to finish it up with some of this washi, but I need to find some double-sided tape for it really quick. I don't trust washi as far as I can throw it. Make sure that that's the same size. Okay, so I'm going to put my washi right about there. So that's where my double-sided tape will go. And I'm just going to roll it around and stop it. Let's take off this tape. And now I can add my washi to the top. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of lace to this, like a little bow. You know, I'm always trying to do a bow, but I can't do a bow to first. But I always want to add a bow to something. That's just the way life is. You always want to do something that you can't do. There we go. Super cute. You know, I should have some pearls. We got to stay with the color. Let's see. Here's a white one. Really cute. Okay, so now we have to just package this up. This is the insert of the shaker that we made. So this is just going to go like that. Oh, you can just use this existing washi. And then we can put this in a bag. Okay, so that's all done. Everything is all done. Now we can make the packaging. Just going to cut down some paper. Just going to do, let's do 2 inches. I'm scoring it a half. Okay, so we're going to, I'm going to put this at the top of this bag. And I'm going to do that with a little bit of glue, hot glue. I'm just going to add a little strip towards the bottom, down here, and add that to the bag. And then I'm going to add a strip to the top of the bag. And close it. So I have a stamp set that I created that you can purchase at the Cutting Cafe. I'm going to try my best to remember all these links. No. I'm not going to use that. But I do have a stamp that I created for the Cutting Cafe. It's called Swapper's Delight. I'll put that link below, but I'm not going to use it right now on this one. Because the tag that I cut out is this, and it won't fit on that little piece of paper. So I'm going to use this My Sentiments by Close to My Heart. Created with Love. Put that on there. That's super cute. And then I'm going to use this one that says Created with Love for the center. Or no, not says created, it says crafted with love. This is another of the die that I cut out. And I got my little paper flower, paper flower from Magnolia. I'm going to put that together really quick. Add it right there. Okay. Now that's done. I'm just going to add some hot glue to the top and add that to the very end of that. This I'm going to spray with some wet glue because I want it to lay flat. Alright. Put that at an angle, and then this bowl, and put that like that, and then this flat back pearl I'm going to add some hot glue to the back and put that on the middle. There we go. Up my bows a little bit. Okay, and then for this part I'm gonna get some string here, and then get my little crocodile, punch a little hole. I need a hole reinforcer. I don't like naked holes. These came from the Dollar Tree in a pack of 1,000,000. Okay, now we can thread this through. Cut off the extra, and then I'm gonna tack this bow part in the back, or knot part in the back, because don't nobody like seeing that. There we go. Now we can just add our swap. Ah, we did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! Dun 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 dun! Dun. Yay! All right, this is the end of it. Think it turned out super cute? What do you guys think? All right, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And thank you guys so much for watching again. I always say that you guys are super spectacular with all the awesome comments that you leave. Even, you know, just to stop by and say hi, that'll be nice. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Talk to you later. Bye.